Hi, my name is Brittany. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you have been here before. I don't know how I feel about this. I have been wanting to try the whole, as me and my friends call it, fun buns thing for a while. I kind of feel like a bear. But it's raining and I was home and I was bored and I needed to film a video and I wanted to do something different with my hair, so here it is. I don't know. You tell me what you think. But anyways, back to the point of this video. This is my summer favorites, so let's get into it. Let's start with products I actually have, and then there's another thing that I'm going to kind of discuss later. My Nespresso. I hadn't really been drinking coffee for a while. Why do I feel like I may have done this already? This may have been in a favorites of mine already. I can't guarantee that it's not, but so far this summer, I'm not really talking so much about the coffee itself, so much as specific flavors. So I have two here. This one's the black one. They're both decaf because I can't drink caffeine. This is the black one, and they both, if you're decaf, they have little red labels, which are perfect because Joe drinks regular caffeinated coffee and I can't handle it. So that's how we can kind of tell the difference. But so the two that I've really been loving right now are Ristretto. I think I'm saying that right. Ristretto. And Arpeggio. Now Arpeggio has been my favorite for a while. It's very strong, kind of bold, but this one has a super strong flavor. I feel like, I don't know why, like this one I can drink all year round and I love it. This one for some reason is giving me like major fall feels, which is kind of weird that it's in a summer favorites, but I've just been feeling fall like for the longest. I've just been kind of ready for it. I'm already into Christmas, which we will discuss later. But these two, in terms of my coffees, are like the winners at the moment. I am obsessed with them. I drink them every morning. The other food item, which is super weird that I'm going to discuss this, but they are Fiber Well gummies. So it's from Vitafusion, and I mean, I am really bad about getting the correct amount of fiber and the correct amount of vitamins or anything throughout the day. So I picked these up, but that's not really where I want to talk about them. I mean, yeah, they're great for what they're supposed to be for, but if you have done gummies for vitamins, they normally aren't the best. But these, I mean, I stick to the designated dosage, but I could eat this whole bottle. They are so good. They taste amazing. They're so good. I could just like pound these back. They're awesome. So if you need some fiber and you're really bad about taking vitamins, get these because you won't want to miss them. I take them as much as I can because they're so good. Now the final food item kind of ties into a different favorite of mine that's going to be discussed also later. So I wasn't really sure how I was going to approach this, but Joe and I have been trying to lose weight. So we have like a really difficult time in terms of trying to figure out food and what to do and how to handle it. But I got really into Pinterest this summer and I found tons of Weight Watchers recipes that looked really good. So we're not in Weight Watchers, but we're doing the recipes and I kind of have an idea as to how much my points are, but I'm not like in Weight Watchers. I'm just, you know, I don't do well with those kinds of things like the groups and the chatting and this is what you need to do and these are the rules. Like I kind of need to be able to do my own thing or else I won't be able to do it. I get irritated and I'm just like, I can't deal with you people. So that is another thing that I have been loving because like we were able to really like go through and pick what foods we want and people have a recipe for everything. So they've actually been pretty good too. Moving on to, I'm gonna go into clothes because It's slightly less than the cosmetics stuff. So if you saw my Primark haul, you would have seen both of these items. One of them is this gray hat, which I said in the haul that it made my head very hot. But if I can, I'll wear it around the house. I just really love it. I think it's so cute. I mean, I can't really wear it now because, yeah. But I'm loving this. It's from Primark. As I said, it was in a Primark haul. I don't know what is wrong with me. And then the other thing that I am loving, which is also from Primark, is this tee. It is a Marauders tee. It is Harry Potter. It says Hogwarts on it. I love it. Let's start with perfume. So, I don't know why I haven't talked about this before, but this is a huge favorite of mine. I talked about the pony one in the past so much. So I used to have this when I was in high school. It was my favorite scent in high school. And then, you know, they came out with a range of other scents, which they have not had in a really long time, which I miss, but whatever. I just love this so much. I'm gonna spritz myself. It's like an $80 bottle of perfume and I'm still gonna spritz myself even though I'm not going anywhere. And I'm probably gonna change out of these clothes right after this video, but I just wanna smell it on me. I would say it's a very sweet scent, which is kind of why I feel like it's kind of like young and fresh and sweet, which is why I kind of feel like when I bought it, it was like people are gonna make fun of me for wearing this perfume because it's so like high school, but I don't care. I love it. Okay, so another favorite of mine is these two. Now I could do them separate, but they go kind of together. You're not gonna just, I mean, you could technically use this for this, but I think this is better for your face. So these are the Saint-Tropez Self Tan Purity Sprays, or, well, this is technically a mousse. So this is for your body, and then when you're done with your body, you spray this on your face. Now, I put these on before I went to DR. The only thing that can be a little tricky about these is you can't see where you're applying them because they're clear, but at the same time, because they're clear, they don't stain your clothes. Like, as long as you wait like a couple minutes, you can just put your clothes on and go to sleep and then wake up in the morning and you're tan, which I love about these. But I did miss a few spots. But at the same time, I was out in the sun, those spots disappeared almost instantly. So, I love them. And I mean, it's very easy to fill in the spots if you've noticed that you've missed something. Like, I always miss on my arms. So I just take the thing, the mitt, fill in the spot, wham bam, I'm done. So, I feel like people made like a big deal about what it smells like. It smells like regular tanner. It does not smell like anything fancy or anything special. When I opened it up, I didn't really like the scent, but it doesn't really matter because the scent that they say that it has is not the scent that it has once it's on you. Moving on to the next item is It Superhero Mascara. It's a sample size, or like, yeah, I guess a sample size. It's like a travel size. Basically, I have been looking for the longest time for a mascara to replace my Too Faced. I don't like the Too Faced mascara. I know everybody's obsessed with it, but I hate it. And this dries very easily. I do have falsies on right now, so this is not really an accurate like depiction of what this looks like, but it works really well and it doesn't smudge. Smudging is like the biggest issue, and this does not do that. Moving on to Too Faced. I actually got this, I think, before St. Patrick's Day, and I really like it. It is the Sweet Peach palette. It smells like peaches still, even though I've had it for like months. But I had it for a long time and I only really used it like twice. But then this summer I started using it a lot. And I could actually see me using it a lot in the fall as well. The last, oh, I felt like I had a lot of makeup, but I guess the next one is like a sunscreen. So this is the last of the makeup items. I had this for a while and I didn't use it until I did the all over e.l.f. cosmetics, the full face of e.l.f. cosmetics. Look, I used this for the first time in like a year, but it is a cream based bronzer. I don't really use the blush sometimes, but because it's a cream base, it smudges. I need to like get a Q-tip in there and clean that. Anyways, ignore the, it's weird why I care so much. I'm like the messiest person. I found this so much easier to use because it's a cream base to try to contour a bit. I mean, I'm not the best at contouring, but it definitely made it 100% easier to contour with a cream for me than it is to contour with a powder. The last in terms of beauty, cosmetics, whatever, of course I bring out the one that I didn't open. I have another empty, like almost empty one. I went through a couple of these this summer. This is the Sun Bum Sunscreen. It's a spray, so it makes it a lot easier. It's SPF 50. I am very cautious about the sun because my skin is just not, that's just not for my skin. I can tan very easily, but I just don't really want to because it's just not safe for me. I have too many people in my family who have had cancerous cells cut off of their skin that it's not worth it to me. This is not just a good sunscreen brand, it is also paraben free, vegan, cruelty free, all that good stuff. Now, this might be a little strange to people, but my favorite candle this summer is Sugared Birch. It was from Target. It is from Hearth and Hand. This smells like Christmas, so it's a bit of an odd choice for, I can't stop smelling it. It's a bit of an odd choice for a summer favorite. But I also was lighting the Black Cherry Merlot candle, which I've talked about in my favorites before and probably in many other videos. And I also had a candle that was really nice that was called like Peach Bellini that I really liked, but that's long gone. So this one I have been lighting. I lit all through July because of another favorite that I will get to in a minute. I'm about to get into like movies and TV, so this kind of ties into that because I watched a few Christmas films because Christmas in July. So this was just a nice kind of thing to go along with that. It's really sweet and I love it. It's like, it's not like full on Christmas tree. It's kind of got like a fresh scent to it, like a very clean scent, which I just really, really liked. The next thing I am going to talk about is TV, movies, and so on. So, Harry Potter, the complete 8 film collection. Now, I have talked about being a Harry Potter fan in the past, but I have always rented or bought on Amazon and so on, so I didn't actually have a copy of them. So I saw this come up on Prime Day. I know I found out later about the whole boycott thing, so I'm sorry, don't be mad at me, I didn't know. But I got this on Prime Day and it was like $13 for all 8 films, plus then I had like cashback or something, so I got it for $7, which, I mean, I was so happy. So it's, you know, all of them, and when I got it, I opened it up, and some of the like art wasn't correct. Hold on, I'm gonna try and open this up. So they're all basically like this, just in various, like the font was slightly different or placed in different ways. Like this is not the same as that, you know? And then this one's partly cut off on the top, and they were all different sizes, and basically it made me a bit nervous. So I was like, all right, well, I am having a Harry Potter binge. So I basically started the marathon, which lasted about a month because I watched like the first 4 back to back, but I got a little distracted with other things, and then I watched the last 3. Next things that I'm going to talk about are still things that I watched this summer. One is the Hallmark Christmas in July. I watched a lot of that. I just kind of had it on in the background just the entire month, which is kind of nice. I'm probably going to do that in December too, because it's like, for the most part, they're all the same. So I found it kind of like nice to just have it on going. I could be doing other things. I could be cleaning. I could be doing whatever. It was nice. Other than that, I'm gonna get into, well, it's funny because all of these are on different streaming services. So I started watching Call the Midwife, which, if you don't know what it is, it's basically takes place in the 50s, I believe, and it's about, mainly at this point, it's about one girl, Jenny, but I believe she's gonna leave the show soon. So, I don't know if that's a spoiler for anybody. If you haven't started watching it, I don't think she stays to the end, just because when I looked up the show, she wasn't on the poster. It kind of follows her, but also some of the other girls that she's working with. They live in like a monastery, kind of, and they go out with the nuns and they help women in a not so great area called, I think, the East End. I might be a little off there. And they help them give birth, they help them prepare for birth, and they help them prepare for having children. Like having the children in the home, like what, you know, the first bit of life. I found it kind of interesting. It's a very like relaxed show. Kind of like how I was saying about the Christmas in July. I could kind of just, you know, be doing other things and then like look up and keep going with it and then go back to what I'm doing. And I could have it on while I'm cooking or doing whatever. So I found it very like chilled and relaxed. That is on Netflix. Now on Amazon Prime, Joe and I have gotten into Chuck. Now I have watched Chuck before and I loved it. And then I haven't seen it in years, and then it kept popping up as an ad on Amazon Prime, like to watch Chuck, and I was like, oh yeah, I watched that. And I was like, you know what, that's probably a show that I watched that Joe's actually gonna like. So I decided to start rewatching it again, and honestly, I don't really remember anything except for Chuck, and I got all confused with the last show. I'm about to call her Jenny, Sarah. They're like the only thing I really kind of remembered, but it's really good. I love it. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it. I feel like you get like a little bit of everything. You have like your nerdy, your comedy, your like family stuff, your romantic stuff, and like action all in the same thing, which I just love it. I love it so much. And if you're into any of that, you should check out this show because it's great. So Chuck is a show about a guy, and he gets a computer chip downloaded into his brain, and it gives him a lot of secrets about the US government. So he ends up working with 2 spies, one the NSA, one the CIA, and they are there to protect him, because if he gets into the wrong hands or somebody tries to whatever, it could be a problem for them. And if like he can't be, I don't think he can be killed either, because the information in his brain is not accessible anywhere else. So basically that's kind of the whole premise of the show. Okay, so the last show is Take Two. It is on Hulu, but it's also on channel 7, I believe, at 10 o'clock at night. So this is a show I specifically started watching because I watched Castle and I was obsessed with Castle. It was one of my favorite shows and I was very upset when they canceled it. So this show stars, oh, I'm not gonna remember her name, the girl from the OC and from Heart of Dixie. Why I can't remember her name? I'm gonna Google it. Basically, there's a girl, she is a movie star, TV star, and she starts following this guy for a part as a PI, and then she kind of ends up sticking with him. Rachel Bilson. So it stars Rachel Bilson and Eddie Cibrian. I've never heard of him before. I've seen him before, but I don't know the name. So they basically, you know, there's the conflict between them and kind of like you've got like the kind of like goofiness with the crime happening at the same time. It's funny but romantic, but not really romantic because obviously nobody has a clue about the other one's feelings yet. If you've seen Castle, it's the same kind of premise, just the other way around. So in Castle, it's the cop who's a female being followed by a male writer. If you can watch Castle, I don't know where you would find it, but I definitely recommend it. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you about apps. Now I kind of got into Pinterest, which I discussed earlier that I love it for the recipes, but also I'm loving it for decor, for hair ideas, for makeup ideas, for literally everything. I will be linking it below. Basically everything. If you want to check out my Instagram, my Twitter, my whatever, you can search me on most social media platforms, at least the most popular ones. Just search it as Brittany Elise BK and you will find me. My name is the same everywhere, across the boards. So I am loving it. My boards are like, I like organize them. I put them in little sections. I'm like, this is for this and this is for that. And I love it. I have so much fun with it. And my Christmas stuff is just, I have plans for like I have things saved. I haven't like specified what it's for though, because I have Christmas under one and then it just all goes into decor. But I have ideas from that are like for my future house when I have children and I want to decorate their playroom like this. Like I have gone way overboard with this whole Pinterest thing, but I'm loving it. I live for it. It's amazing. I love it. Then there's Yum List, which you may have seen on Instagram. It's basically like Tinder for food, which, I mean, come on. I can't get enough of it. You can basically post your own photos of your own food that you take and put it up there. And then if you don't even want to take pictures of your own food, you can just go through pictures of people who've eaten in areas around you and just swipe through, and you swipe left or right based off of whether or not something looks good to you or sounds good. You put like a little description on the bottom. If you swipe a place more than once or like a couple of times, you get a pop-up and it's like, do you want to add this to your to-do list? And you can add it into your to-do list, and then when you're going places to eat and you want to like pick somewhere that you haven't been before, you can go through that list and pick a place and go there. The last app I've gotten into is called Zello. It is like if you had a Nextel, which I did not have, but I did have walkie-talkies. If you had a Nextel, you basically just hit this button in the middle right here and you hold it and it will like pop up like somebody, like if I sent him, I'm just gonna like hit the button and like, so he is on standby right now, so he would have to go into his app and open it up, but the app will send you a notification that somebody sent you something, and then you will just like reply to them, but like walkie-talkie style, so everything comes through over the speakerphone. So the last thing is the Taylor Swift playlist on Spotify. Now, I got really into this because I was going to her concert. So, you know, I had to get all hyped for it. So I did that. But then after the concert, I was even more hyped. This is what happened to me when I went to 1989 too. I came back and I was just like listening to her concert, not her concert, listening to her album nonstop. I would go to all my walks. I'm like, Taylor Swift. I'm going for a walk, Taylor Swift. So I got really into that. If you want to check that out, you can. It's on there. Just type in Taylor Swift and it will come up. That is it. That is everything I have been loving this summer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you guys in the next one. If you'd like to see more of me, subscribe. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye.